What's crackin' lackin', homies? This is Orlando.
And this is Dave.
And thanks for tuning in again to Walker Vibes. First time Dave's on the mic, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You guys probably know him as our audio guy.
The random sound guy that has the back information about everything and handles the whiteboard.
Random sound guy. I feel like you need to have a soundboard now with random sounds.
We can make that happen.
We should make it happen. Put it on the list, Dave. That's next week. I want it.
It's going to sound like one of those Howard Stern radio shows.
This is random buttons, random things.
Yeah. A fart noise, maybe.
A little like applause and you suck.
Yeah.
Season 1, Episode 3 of Fear the Walking Dead. It was like probably one of the most climactic episodes.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. One of the most climactic episodes of the beginning of the season. We see like people, they're realizing what's going on. I mean, everyone's still sort of confused as to what exactly is happening to these people. You know, are they sick? You know, Nick bringing up the good point. Well, they're dead, and everyone's like, well, that's impossible. Like, how can they be dead?
Yeah.
But like, if you think about it, if you really like look at Nick, his character, and you look at everything that's going on, him being the most messed up one, but he's holding a lot of the common sense in the group. Like,
oh yeah,
he makes legitimate points and pretty legitimate decisions, and you know, he instantly, like, him being a drug addict, but he's like, okay, first step, find a gun. Oh, okay, I know that our neighbors have a gun. Let's go get that shotgun. Like,
which is crazy.
That was quick. That was instant. It's like, all right, cool, and they reacted quick, which is great, all because of his instinct.
Yep.
which was pretty cool. What do you think of his character then? You know, what are your thoughts on him?
He seems cool. The drug thing kind of scares me a bit because it seems like he's sort of reckless. I mean, he just wants to keep going for his next fix, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, he knows way too much. I don't know how old he was when this problem started. I don't think they mentioned that, but it's weird because he's kind of a young guy. You wouldn't expect that he was doing this very long. Yeah. But he knows everything about it.
Absolutely. You know? Yeah, which sucks. I mean, it's a really horrible situation to be in, especially in a zombie apocalypse, but I mean, I think by them doing that, they're showing it's real life, you know, anything can happen. Oh yeah. And then boom, you get hit with this. Like, it's
you get everything. You get homeless people, drug addicts.
Yeah, people can relate.
Old people. Yeah.
People can definitely relate.
And it's definitely a big problem on the West Coast. I mean, it's a big problem everywhere, but I mean, you know, you always see the Skid Row stuff from the West Coast.
Yeah. And like, we see a lot of people rioting. Like, to me, like, I never understood like the looting and the rioting. Like, obviously they don't understand that the world's coming to an end, so they probably just see it as a one-time thing. Like, this is probably gonna happen for the next week, 2 weeks. They're going crazy. Like, I saw this one guy standing on top of a flipped over car, so it's the bottom of the car, and he's smacking it with like a chair or something. Like, what are you doing right now?
What is? I mean, breaking glass.
Evaluate yourself. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, breaking glass, I get. I mean, you know, or breaking anything, but
smacking the bottom of a car. Like,
you're thumping the bottom of a muffler, and it's so much destruction. Look at those 3 little dents. You know,
I'm saying, he's loving it. And then, meanwhile, there's 2 cops eating each other, like, going ham, like, 10 feet away.
Well, I think it was just the one cop that turned and was eating the other one.
That's
and no one notices anything.
Yeah. And everything is happening, like, so fast. Like,
yeah.
It, like, instantly, like, it's what, like, 2-3 days?
Yeah.
Not if that. And then everyone's, like, rioting, and then the virus is just spreading. Like, we see the hospitals, like, it looked like it was overtaken because...
Yeah,
like, they were, you know, the police officers were shooting at those walkers right in front of the hospital. Like, no one cares. Like, oh my god, we just need to contain this. But.
Yep. No regard to the patients that are probably inside the entirely glass-looking building.
Do you think there's patients in there?
I mean, I think there's some people running around, like, scrambling for supplies, and they're trying to push people out because it looked like they had like a a containment thing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
A bunch of like easy ups out there and some fencing.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I still have like my whole conspiracy theory where
We all
it's
do.
not so much a conspiracy as it's just like a decision they're making. You know, all the wealthy and the government and like head officials, they're hiding right now because they know they're safe, and they're just letting everyone else sort of just like fight it out and just let everything else happen.
Yep.
Unless this is government planned.
Ooh, plot twist.
Plot twist. This
Plot
is government
twist.
planned, and they were prepared for this. They started preparing 5 years prior, and they're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do as hell, I don't know, a world social experiment.
Not well. You know what? Funny you should mention that,
Go for it.
because I don't know. This is gonna sound nerdy, but these are the only books I've ever read in my life.
You read books?
I know.
I don't even know how to read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
surprisingly enough. No, but my favorite author, because he's the only he's the only writer who
Mhm.
I read all his books. Dan Brown,
Okay.
dude who does Da Vinci Code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Spoilers if you haven't read the latest one, but it's kind of about the Earth and everyone's using up all the resources and population control, and basically it's the whole
okay.
Illuminati, all
I
this
can see where
stuff,
that ties
and
into.
the whole plan is to release a biological thing that kills off because the whole planet, because I guess the ideal population for Earth to be
Mhm.
at to sustain humanity and all that stuff is like something like 200 or 300 million people, and we're at like 7, 8 billion,
Yeah.
9 billion
But
right
like
now.
that's just so messy. There's just so much work. Think about all the bodies that you have to dispose of.
I know.
Like that's just like releasing biological warfare and like just a contamination that's like worldwide spread. Like that's it's just not smart in my opinion.
No, it's not. It's
In that case, you might as well just start killing everyone,
yeah, just shoot them.
and it gets done faster.
Yeah,
Using less resource of the world's resources.
pretty much.
But
And it's less
It's a
risk
giant
for you.
experiment. Yeah, it's always a giant experiment.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
And it all started with that darn flu vaccine.
No, I didn't start no damn flu vaccine.
I don't know. That's what was going around Walker Stalker Boston.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't agree with that, but that's an opinion.
I don't know. It might have some kind of validity to it, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Mm-hmm.
the 100% definitive cause.
Like we won't know until there's someone that dies and doesn't turn,
Which has yet to happen.
which is yet to happen. Yeah, in our Walking Dead world. So we'll see what happens.
Or at least new people that were born
Yeah.
that have not been
True,
adequately
Judith.
tested.
Yeah.
That darn baby.
Are we talking about the same show again? All right, let's go back to Fear the
Yeah,
Walking Dead.
seriously.
Let's move it back. One thing I wanted to bring up, when Madison, when she went with Alicia and Nick to her neighbor's house, and then they looked out the window and they saw that in their own house, they're like, someone was walking in.
Yeah.
What are the odds that as soon as that happens, Travis pulls up?
Because Travis is like the man, and he
I don't know if
just
he's
he
the
just
man.
knows.
He just always walks into a shitty situation,
Well, that's what I mean.
and then always looks so flustered and doesn't know how to deal with it.
I said he's the man with nothing but sarcasm.
He's the wannabe Rick that knows a lot less than Rick. Like
I don't think his knowledge of everything is not even in the same ballpark as Rick.
he's just
He's
like
the
when Rick first started. Like I guess he understands that he should be a leader, but he doesn't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's just the Rick character for this show.
yeah, like he resembles Rick, I guess in a way, but I don't know. Like he doesn't. I mean, not that you should have this from the very beginning, but I don't know if he has what it takes to be able to kill these things and to be able to survive. You have to do anything to survive.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really know what it is yet. Like he thinks it's a sickness, which is reasonable. I mean, it's only been 2-3 days now, and
Yeah.
why should you automatically assume that that's anyone you encounter with those symptoms, this illness, you should automatically kill?
Yep.
I mean, me being in there, so me knowing what I know now, like in our world, obviously, like first day, I'm popping headshots.
Oh yeah.
I see one person even thinking about biting someone else, getting a headshot.
Oh yeah.
But like you mentioned something earlier, like it's just ridiculous how like I don't know, like they know nothing about zombies. Does that term even exist in their world?
Yeah, that's my working theory. I don't think that this universe that contains The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead even understands or knows anything about anything
The
coming
undead,
back
the
to
living
life.
dead, yeah, like it's-
there is no living dead because
Doesn't
they
make-
never
yeah.
use the term
They
zombie
never
in
use
The
term
Walking
zombie,
Dead,
yeah.
and,
And it seems so like crazy to them when Nick was like, "Well, you know, she's dead." Like,
yeah,
she
everyone.
died. It's like, I mean, and it makes sense. Like, so if they've never heard of the term zombie and they're looking at him like, "Yeah, dude, like, what are you talking about? Clearly, she's not dead. She's standing there."
Yeah,
But I want to
And-
see who the. So I think it's gonna get to the point where Travis is gonna have to kill someone who isn't a walker in order to survive, and I want to see how that's gonna play out.
And you know what? I can guarantee you that that first person that Travis has to kill is someone that he loves, or some. It's gonna be one of these
Or
people
someone
we
from
see
the
now.
group, yeah, like
Someone from the group,
like
yeah.
the barber, the older barber. What's his name?
Daniel.
I think so.
I
I think they
think.
say it at one point.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be him. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
because they do kind of butt heads a little bit. Yeah,
They
you're
do
right.
butt heads.
Yep.
You know, when Daniel was showing Travis's son how to like use the gun, and also like, you know, hey, you owe me, and you know I owed you or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah,
And then Travis is like, you know, I don't like guns. To who did he say it to? Maddie?
Yeah,
Was
to
it? Yeah,
Maddie,
because
yeah.
she was just kind of sitting there watching this whole thing go
she
on.
seems like the whole time she just seems like she's in a daze, like she's spaced out.
She's drinking. She was like drinking something out of a cup, and one
Was that when
can
she was talking to
only-
Liza?
I think so.
I think that was water. Like I was thinking, I'm like, could that be vodka?
Well, she was taking sips, like she was, you know, kind of throwing her head back a little, if you know what I mean. Small
Well,
sips.
she could be
but-
an alcoholic, and that's where, you know, Nick gets it
yeah,
from.
yeah. You know what? Maybe she was recovered and she just started.
But then again,
Again.
we only see her drink one cup of what we don't even know could be alcohol or not. So
Yeah,
that's super jumping the gun, but that's a good point.
yeah,
A very, very good point. But there was when Travis was driving back with everyone on the back of the truck, there was a scene where all like the power in the whole like city was going out.
Oh yeah, the
And-
grid
and it-
crapped out.
Yeah, like
Yep.
the whole grid, and it was going out in like sections. Like that right there, me seeing that, I'd be like, holy shit! Like that's
It
puts
happened.
things into perspective. Like what is going on?
Yep.
This isn't like your standard blackout for a day. This is like people eating each other. Power's going out. Like this is gonna go down for a while.
Oh yeah,
So that was a really cool scene. I think that set the mood. That made me understand how the characters are feeling, or potentially feeling at that moment. And it's dropping hard.
yeah. It's almost like every time or every section that went out, their morale and their inner light is just fading with it.
Yeah,
It's like it's
yeah,
draining
yeah.
them. Their entire soul is being crushed right now because they realize that this is not just something that's gonna blow over in a week or two.
Yeah,
This is happening.
it's crazy. People are gonna start eating each other, and you're gonna have to start killing to survive.
Yep.
Talking about killing, that first like legit shot, zombie kill,
Oh yeah.
that first walker kill at their home, took 2 shots, but that final like scene where like the walker just gets his head blown off, like that was great.
Yep.
That was awesome.
That was gruesome.
Yeah. What did they use for that?
They were
What kind of shots did they use? I know you were talking about
it
the
was
shells.
yeah, it was birdshot. Don't use birdshot for the zombie apocalypse.
And why not?
Because that first shot is pretty much the best you're gonna get.
So what's your being, an NRA instructor
A-
and like having your expertise in firearms,
Yep.
what do you suggest? Especially if you have, a shotgun, what kind of shots do you suggest? What kind of ammo?
Honestly,
Take notes, people. Take notes. If you're listening, if anyone's out there.
I mean, if you're looking to take someone's head off in one shot from any kind of distance,
Which is the ultimate goal in the zombie apocalypse.
You're going to want to use slugs.
Slugs, baby.
But your shoulder is going to hate you after about 10 rounds.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
What's your weapon of choice?
I don't know. I mean, I have a lot to choose from.
What's your firearm of choice? I should ask, rather.
Again, I have a lot to choose from. I mean, let's face it. You know me, and everyone we know knows me.
You have 38,000 guns.
Something like that, yeah. Comes with the territory. I honestly, just because for this situation, urban environment, CQB.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'd probably just rock one of my ARs because the bullets are small. You know, rounds are small.
You can
They're
fill
light.
them again.
You can. Yeah, I mean, you can carry a ton of spare ammo, and there's no recoil to it. I could shoot an AR nonstop all day, and the first thing that's gonna go is something on the gun for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're pretty well rounded. Like, if something happened,
we
got the 308 bolt action. We have a couple ARs. We got a couple shotties. We have so many pistols. Everyone can carry a pistol. Like, we're pretty well rounded.
Yeah, but that's if we want to go loud, you know.
Nah.
Only one person can go silent at this point in time.
Yeah, with your suppressor.
But I have more pending.
I'm excited.
Paperwork.
I'm glad you're my friend.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I don't know. I would be myself. I'd be so like weary with like using any ammo. Like, I would always first, you know, I have a bat, a machete, something to not waste, you know, the one of the most valuable resources, which is ammunition.
Yep.
You know, especially because they won't be manufactured anymore. So we're gonna have to refill them.
I can roll my own, but
I can roll my own.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes with the territory. Ballistics technician.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. I thought we were rolling some up.
Oh no, rolling
that type
my own
of party.
Ammo. Wow. Okay. No. I am not. That's not my bag, baby.
Oh man, but yeah, we'll be ready.
Yeah,
it'll be good.
Yep.
So, what are your predictions on next episode?
I think it's gonna pop off because at the end of this episode, military shows up.
Yeah.
And they started marking the houses like they did in Katrina.
Yeah.
You know, with the spray paint.
How
like,
many people are in the home?
Exactly. And I think that their presence is going to offer some kind of stability, but I don't know how long they're going to play, or I mean, they're going to stay, I should say. Well, maybe they are playing with them. Who knows?
Yeah.
It could just be like a rogue crew that's just rolling through.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It could be like a rogue crew, but we don't see them too. We just met them, so I don't know.
Yeah, you never know, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen. I think they're obviously going to get, you know, a little bit more help, you know, because, you know, there's military there. There's going to be a little bit more structure. And then you're going to have people that are rebelling, and it's going to be the usual.
Yeah.
But if it fits to my theory, the government's going to get crazy, this military is going to get crazy, and, you know, either they're all going to die first, and then, you know, all these other civilians are going to be like, oh shit, like, now it's really getting to us. Like, we gotta go. There's no one that's gonna help us now. We have to survive. Or the military is gonna be doing the killing, and they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be all governor-ish, and try to control everything.
The cleansing.
Which, in a sense, I mean, again, let's look back at it like it's 3-4 days in the zombie apocalypse. They don't even know what a zombie apocalypse is.
Yep.
I would trust the military in their position.
Yeah.
You know, so that makes sense, but.
We'll
see what happens.
Yeah, if the military, I should say, is not actively aggressive towards them,
yes,
then, you know, cohabitate, so be it. But
absolutely,
if they start turning, then
it's the only structure they have right now.
Yeah,
you know, the night prior, everything was just going to hell.
So, yeah.
So yeah, we're excited for next episode.
Yep.
We'll have probably Sam back on. Hopefully, she wasn't able to make it for this episode. We're gonna try to get these episodes out there a lot quicker. You tell your family, tell your friends. Walker Vibes, walkervibes.com. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and leave some comments. We have a little section on our website. You can contact us, or you can even leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys. There's a couple followers on our social networking, but we'd love to answer some questions. If there's anything you want us to specifically talk about, hit us up, and we'll make sure we do. So if we're interesting enough, if you want our opinions on anything.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Dave, for sitting in. We're gonna have you
Absolutely.
a lot more often.
Sounds good.
This was cool, super smooth.
Yep.
So yeah, this is Orlando,
And this is Dave.
and keep it vibing.
Keep it vibing.